Welcome to Pagan Crafting. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at bind rune, a little forest witchcraft. We're going to be making bind runes with forest findings, with a little bit of love and a little bit of paint. We're going to be honoring ourselves, our home, our Yule tree, maybe offerings for the tree outside, but also for the gods. Join us today for some pagan crafting. Today's supplies are super easy and you can get them from simply outside. We need little sticks, no more than a quarter of an inch thick, all matching roughly about the same size. They don't need to be about the same length, but I just happen to cut them all around a foot long, just easier to handle. We're going to use some hot glue, some scissors, some wire cutters, and some twine. We're also going to use some black spray paint, but you could use any color that you desire, or you could use acrylic paint. Now I've gone ahead and designed some bind runes as well, but you may recognize the first top three. They are for peace, tranquility, and unity, success and risk-taking, protection of home and prosperity. And the ones that I made here is to joy, fellowship, ancestors, the gods, positive energy, and breakthroughs. I have connection with others, sun, power, illumination, gifts with connection like a teacher. I also have harvest, the year, the season of life, the water, the go with the flow, and to honor yourself and the warrior within. But I'm going to start off here with protection of home and prosperity. You may well recognize this particular bind rune. It's quite a common one and it is extremely helpful. You'll see it on a lot of items. It is good for protection for the home. So I'm just going to go through here and pick a number of little sticks around the same size. I'm going to draw out my rune here so you could see it. And also while I'm crafting it, I could refer back to it and remember what it looks like. Bind runes are very much like sigils. You can create a number of runes together to create your own bind rune. There is no right or wrong as long as all the runes are used, and they become quite a magical little talisman for you to use. So I have one that is carved in a stone, actually. It's petrified wood, and it's carved in and it's beautiful, and I carry around in my pocket no matter wherever I go. But I've moved a few times and I've recently misplaced it, but it is amongst all my box of crystals, so it is not completely lost, but sadly not in my pocket. Once you have all your little sticks cut out to approximately the length that you like, you just start assembling. Just take your time. It's nice when the glue's still a little hot and it's easy to turn on. I wound up cutting a stick that's a little bit longer here. I wanted a longer length. I'll just use another one for another one. I've used parchment paper, or you can use wax paper underneath your bind runes when you make them, especially if you're using hot glue or a craft glue, then it won't stick to your table. and it comes off really, really well. This next one is for peace, tranquility, and unity. I'm going to go with some thicker pieces here because I'm going to make a larger piece to start off with. Now scissors don't work very well, smaller wire cutters don't work very well. I found the larger wire cutters snipped off quite nicely. If you have some hedge trimmers or some little garden snippers, some garden scissors, of course those would be great. Now these are all dried out and been seasoned, but you could use a green or you could use dried out as well. You could also use little pieces of doweling that you can get from Hobby Lobby or Michael's Craft Store. You can also find them at dollar stores. You could also make these with popsicle sticks if you like. I just like the really earthy look of the twigs, but I know some of you can't get a hold of twigs wherever locations that you are. For some city witches here that are watching, completely understand. So cutting little pieces of doweling could also work to make these, because you're going to paint them anyway, so you're not going to see that they're not sticks. They're just pieces of wood. That's cool too. It'll look pretty awesome. Now you could use these for all year round. I'm trying to make all the Yule crafts for November and December to have it for all year round for yourself. So not only you can hang these in the Yule tree, you can hang them on your trees outside your house. You can hang them in the window. You can hang them above your altar. You can rest upon your altar. They can be all over the house. You can put little magnets on the back and put them on your fridge. It's like having little sigils all over the place. It'd be great. You can hang them off wreaths off the door, even depending on what you want to invoke for your company as they come over. Now this little cutie is for success and risk taking, and I'm taking a lot of risks right now, especially with my channel, with what's going on in my life right now, but they all are goals. I do know this one's a little wonky here. I do know that you have to take some personal risk when you need to succeed as an entrepreneur. So that is absolutely fine with me, but I still would like to invoke a little bit of success along with that risk taking. So I just add a little bit glue to the back, let that sit for a bit, and then I'm going to flip it upside down and I'm going to reinforce it. We're not going to see the back anyway, and I wind up painting this. So you're not going to see the globs of glue. And just reinforcing every corner, every little nook in the back, like a little stitch. Let them fall into the cracks. And that should be suffice for you. And here's the rest of them here that I made. I think I'm gonna paint him. I was pondering whether I should or not. I really, really do like the natural look. But under this light, you cannot see the globs of glue. All right, so we have the Joy Fellowship, Ancestors, Positive Energy Breakthroughs. We have the gift of connection with others, Sun Power Illumination. And we have Harvest, the year, honoring yourself, success and risk taking, a little bit of peace and tranquility and unity, and protection of the home and prosperity. I think that's going to be a magnificent Yule tree this year. Flipping everybody over now. You can take this time now to reinforce the back of it. I had to double check with that one which way it was. But you can take this time to reinforce the back with your hot glue. But I'm going to add now my twine so I can hang it off my Yule tree. can cut any length that you want. I'm going with a little bit of longer pieces because I'm gonna go have fun outside with my Yule runes, my bind runes, and have some fun with them out on the tree. So I'm gonna grab a longer loop for these so they can have easier for me to hook on the thicker branches. Just finding the center gravity point before hanging. That way it doesn't hang crooked on me. And that should be secure enough to hold that on. And there they are. Now, before spray painting, you could wait to put on the loops, but I did not. I don't really mind either way. I wound up changing my mind actually and going with the paint later. But I kind of like how they're sprayed a little bit, because you may have actually seen the globs of glue again in the back if I didn't wait. I'm just using a flat black paint here. Then you could dry brush a different color over top of this when completed. But I was just simply, it's just something cool and easy, and it's what I had on hand. I am going with a red and white and black theme this year with my color scheme of my Yule festivities in my living room. So this will fit quite nicely all together, and I'll be able to use this and hang these in my windows for all year round as well. So I just let that dry, and then I do the other side. Simple as that. As long as it takes the paint to dry, which this is a flat paint, it only took maybe 15 minutes. And they are ready to rock. I am so pleased with the outcome. I'm glad the globs of glue are hidden with the black flat paint, and I can enjoy all my bind runes here today. Let me know if you've made any bind runes and offering for the trees, for your Yule tree, or for the trees outside, or the birds or the critters. Let me know if this is something you'd make for your Yule tree, or maybe something for your home for all year round. Throw me down a little like, up, subscribe, and ring that bell. And I'll let you know when the next video comes out. Thank you very much for chilling out with me again today, and have yourself a magical day.